with the State Chairman, Carmine Miranda. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. As you can see, everybody has the opportunity of winning, even a priest. So fantastic. We're blessed to have 400 people here again tonight. 3 years ago, when I took on the role, I had Archbishop Hart give me a bit of a lecture on that if the Knights couldn't do this, he had other people that could do it. And I said, I'm sure that I'm capable, and I'll get a good team behind me and make this a successful night. And I think from the number of people here and everything we've seen tonight, I think it's been a great success. Our guest speaker, Susan Alberti, was fantastic. I've been up... I left home this morning, I think it was 7 o'clock this morning, and I got into Moonee Valley here about, I think it was 9 o'clock, and my committee got here a few minutes later, and we started setting up here this morning, and we had to be out of here, well, the majority of us had to be out of here by 11 o'clock. We had a very close friend pass away, and he's a bloke that never misses an Archbishop's dinner. And he was sad, very sad not to be here tonight. And he did say to me last week when I saw him, whilst he was still alive, that he really wanted to talk to Susan Alberti, and because I think one of the first ever bank transactions that the Albertis made was through him at the Dandenong branch that he worked at in Lonsdale Street. So it was very disappointing he wasn't here today, but I'm sure that he's upstairs and he'll be seeing everything that's gone on today, and really appreciates what went on today. Now I'd like to, not many people would know this, but if you're a Knight you do know this, but this is the first time in the 21 years of the Archbishop's dinner that the chairman of the actual dinner is actually up here passing on a cheque to the Archbishop. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often, that normally the KSC State Chairman would do it, but at the moment I'm doing both roles, and I have the pleasure to pass on to Archbishop Peter Comensoli tonight a cheque for $66,000. Wow. Thank you. Well done, well done indeed.
And it's genuinely signed as well, which is wonderful. Seminarians, particularly seminarians, note the generosity of God's people for you. Note particularly the generosity of God's people for you. So it's terrific. I actually liked Susan while she was giving her speech. I'm not so sure now, seeing she outbid me on a silent auction. Susan, how could you? Folks, it's wonderful that you would, in these sort of ways, like this lovely function each year, come to offer your contribution, your generosity, and just your friendship in support of our seminarians who are training to become your priests. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for coming tonight. Thank you to Carmine for all the organisation. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is, there he is. And on behalf of all the Knights of the Southern Cross here in Victoria for the tremendous efforts you put in each year to enable this to happen. All the people who have donated various items, the organisers and so on. Just to all of you, thank you very much, but most particularly, just simply that you are here supporting our seminarians. Thank you very much.
before I start my real thank yous, I'll quickly thank our compere for the evening, Brother Brian Martin. We got him out of retirement for this event. On behalf of the Knights of the Southern Cross Pre-Support Education Fund Committee, it is my pleasure to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight and making this a great success. Our committee, the seminarians, the clergy, truly appreciate all your support. What a fantastic result, a cheque for $66,000, which brings our total over the 21 years to $1,260,000. I wish to thank Archbishop Peter Comensoli for his attendance this evening and his continued support of the event. I'd like to thank our compere, Brian Martin, for coming out of retirement, as I said, for the special occasion. And hopefully I can convince him to do it again next year. That's the next thing. Our guest speaker, Susan Alberti, our auctioneer, Brian Kane, our photographer, John Romeo, our videographer, Andrew Vaccaro. Here's the bloke you see down there in the back. He makes the night. If you ever want to look up anything, just look up YouTube, Andrew Vaccaro, YouTube, any KC event, it'll be on there. Well done, Andrew. I'd like to thank all our bidders in the silent auction, open auction, and those that have purchased raffle tickets. Now, I believe we're going to be seeing winners of the silent auction items appear on the screens behind me shortly. I'd like to thank my fantastic committee. If I can ask them to please stand up. I can't see from up here, but I'll call them to stand up then. Norm, where are you, Norm? That bloke there, 21 years he's been on the committee. A stalwart, my deputy. The bloke on the video, Andrew, my secretary. And where's Nadia? Now, I want a special clap to this girl because this year she's probably, we had Val that did the job for 20 years and she's the backbone of our committee. But this year Nadia took on the role and mate, she's done a marvellous job and I'd like to thank her for it. John and Pauline Butler, just to try and keep me honest all the time, so thank you. Something that I didn't have to do this year because of Angela's done it for me, so well done, Angela, thank you. Margaret and Graham, as I said, if it isn't for people like that to come on the Friday morning to help us put these silent auction items together and collect these and collect all these items. Thank you very much, Margaret and Graham. Something I'm not too good at is IT, and if I can't do it, I normally get my staff members to do it, and my staff members are happy that this year they haven't had to do it. Jenny, thank you very much for being able to get here tonight and put everything we see behind us. She's put that together, so thank you very much. My auditor, Joe O'Brien, that can't be here tonight, but he's thinking of us in a plane going to London at the moment. So he told me make sure I don't give too much money to the Archbishop. I said I've got to give him the most I can. So, and Gavin, where are you, Gavin? Gavin? All right, Gav? As I said, he's a trooper as well, because he's been involved in the committee for pretty much the 20 years as well, and he still keeps on putting in and finding us great speakers, and thank you very much, Gavin. Last but not least, in my committee, I'd like to thank Val. I say that she's a trooper. 20 years, she's been the backbone. This year, she decided to take a backward step and become our consultant, which still means the same thing to me. She's a backbone. But for I don't know how she did it, because I reckon I'm pretty smart. But she was in hospital from the 30th of June to, I think she was 20 days in hospital, and I was talking to her in that period of 20 days, and at no stage did she say to me she was in hospital. So, and fantastic. Tonight's her first night out, and it's fantastic to see you here, Val. And I want you to be the consultant of this group forever, all right? This is my team. Well, this is the team that's actually put tonight together. So I'm okay, I'm a bit of a spruiker, but that's the team that's put tonight together. So well done. It's been a pleasure working with all of yous. Last but not least, I've got to thank my beautiful wife, Lynette. She hasn't seen me too often over the last 2 weeks. She reckons I speak more to Nadia than her. So, official duties are now finished, so I can actually spend a bit of time at home, especially the next couple of months. So, look, thank you very much for making tonight a great success. Thank you. Yes, Jerry? I missed that, Jerry. Yeah, yes, mate. I better tell you another story, Jerry. I'm not sure where you've been, mate, but I've just come back from Mildura. Where's Danny Cochin? Danny Cochin? I've just been to Mildura. Brother Andrew and myself have just come back from Mildura. Something that, Brother Michael O'Halloran said to me early in the year, there's something you've got to do. You've got to go to Mildura for Mary MacKillop of the Cross. And I said, no problems, I'll book it in. And I booked it in. And then I realised it's the same week of the Priest Support Education Fund dinner. So, it's been a very, very busy week. So, and the boys at Mildura treated us like kings. And thank you very much. And they sponsor they support and sponsor the event every year. Thank you very much, and pass that on to the boys at Mildura, which I already did. But we're going to try and organise some joint trips to Mildura going forward. But thank you very much for tonight, and thanks for your support. And let's hope to next year again we make it bigger and better for our seminarians.